Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to start our third episode of this series, Alternate Election History. So basically, if you haven't watched the first two, they have really nothing to do with this one, but just letting you know, these are basically where we find a random presidential election and then we modify an event in history and then we see how that affects the presidential election of whatever year. Today, we are going to look at what if Ross Perot won the 1992 presidential election. And you're probably like, what the hell does that do? It'll just make Ross Perot win. But this is a three-part series. We're going to have the presidential election of 1992, this episode, and then following this, we'll have 1996 and 2000. So let me tell you what we're doing. So yeah, the event we modified is what if is that Ross Perot did not lose. He won the 1992 presidential election. And how did he do that? I have several backups telling you how he did it, because is extremely unlikely. Well, it isn't likely anymore because it already happened, but we say Perot destroyed Clinton and Bush in the debates. I mean, he kind of already did in real life, but let's also say Bush did not did even worse in his presidency than he already did in real life. And Clinton, he wasn't really that charismatic because he was seen as a very charismatic young dude from Arkansas, and that's why many people voted for him. But let's say he seemed a bit more boring and less charismatic, so Ross Perot got more of those centrist voters. So let's start, and just letting you know, this map will be extremely purple because we need Ross Perot to win. But let me tell you, 1996 and 2000 will be a lot more interesting. So let's start with the safe Perot states. Those states are going to be Maine's first district, and Maine's second district, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, and Arizona, and Alaska. How did Ross Perot win these states by a safe margin? Well, he didn't. His closest state in 1992 was Maine's second district, but he lost to Bill Clinton by 4 points. But these safe states, how we're deciding the margins are basically how much he needs of a percent, how many percentage points he needs to win the state. So all of these states, he needs 15 or less percentage points to win the state. And although it seems very weird and inaccurate, and let me tell you, it is, but it's really the only way we can do this. But trust me, 1996 and 2000, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, 1996 and 2000 are going to be a lot more interesting. Now let's go with the safe blue and red states. Arkansas, and yeah, that's it. And there's no Republican safe states. Because remember, we need Ross Perot to win, and for that, we need Bill Clinton and Bush to do extremely horribly. And yeah. Okay, now let's go to the likely states, starting with Perot's. Washington, Oregon, North Dakota. These are all states that went to these are all states that if Perot got 20 or less more percentage 20 or less more percentage points than he actually did in real life, then he would have been able to win it. Those are the states that we are doing right now. Oh, and I forgot to put Kansas as that safe state. Oklahoma, Texas, Perot's home state of Texas. It is the same as Bush's. Not Florida yet. Perot, also in Ohio. Ohio has actually a lot of electoral votes back then. And the last one is going to be Connecticut of the likely the likely reform states. Now let's go with the likely Democratic states. Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, New York, and finally Louisiana. Now let's go with the likely Republican states. There is none. Let's go to the lean states. The lean states for reform are going to be Hawaii, Florida, uh, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, Vermont, and New Hampshire, as well as Nebraska's uh, 3rd district, Iowa, Missouri, and Indiana. I know it's a lot of purple to deal with, and I forgot to put Colorado as the likely state, and I also forgot to put DC as the safe blue. You always forget DC. Okay. Now let's move on to the lean Democratic states. That is Georgia and New Jersey. Let's do the lean Republican states. Bush gets his first electoral votes with Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, and Virginia. Now let's move on to the tilt states. The tilt states are the ones that were, for reform, are the ones that if they got 30 more, uh, 28 more percentage points than they actually did, that is going to go tilt. That is going to give California to Ross Perot, giving Ross Perot the president-elect in the 1992 presidential election. But that's not it. If we go 28% or less to get to the win in these states, he also gets the state of Michigan and Nebraska's 2nd district. And since he won every single congressional district in Nebraska, he gets Nebraska's at-large win with a likely margin. And let's do the final states. Bill Clinton wins New Mexico at a tilt margin. Bill Clinton wins North Carolina at a tilt margin. Bill Clinton wins Pennsylvania at a tilt margin. And I don't know if it's because I Maryland predictions, but I accidentally left Maryland. I forgot to put it as the likely state. But yeah, that is what if Ross Perot won the 1992 presidential election. I know so many people are going to disagree with this. I would disagree with it as well if the alternate history was not Ross Perot won in 1992. Because I'm pretty sure this is the only time where Ross Perot could win. And that is the alternate history if Ross Perot won 1992's presidential election. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to release the next alternate election history video, which is the second part of this 3-part series. It is going to be the 1996 presidential election if Ross Perot ran for another term. So make sure to go watch that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.